Hello everyone. Right, you may have seen my video about using the force. Well, during the making of that video, I didn't really put many preparation into it. I just went live and just did raw footage, including bloopers and everything. But obviously, for the sake of any future videos, I need to obviously improve my video making abilities. So, well, not just that, but also my end products. I was excited, so I rushed into showing or sharing what I'd made. And so I'm just going to show you. Well, basically, what I've done is because obviously, if you may have noticed in the video, the wires kept disconnecting, and the thing was a mess. And I didn't really, like I say, it only took me a few minutes to make it. So now I thought, well, I'm going to make a better version. So the original version is this, right? So that was the paint that was around it. I didn't really bother. I just put a tape through the middle, just spray painted it, and I couldn't really care less. I just wanted to see if it worked. So I just mounted some holes, and basically that's these circular holes on the sides where my sensors would go, and that was what was triggering the force. Well, now I've taken all the components out to actually show you what they consist of. Before I put them into my new one, right, the so-called sensors are literally just a coil of wire, like a lollipop. That's it. It's just a coil of wire. So I used quite a few turns in this one to make it fit in there perfectly. So that hole's a little bit bigger, so I'm going to make this coil a little bit bigger to see if it gets stronger. But ultimately, that coil is for that side, that coil is for that side. You've got your strip of lights, and you've got the controller. The only thing missing from this is some power. And previously I just used some shabby converter just to plug it into a USB power bank. But now I'm going to use something a little bit better. Here we go. So basically I'm going to attach don't know if you can see this too clearly, but it's just a power jack, a power connector, and I've made a hole in the top here where that will fit, like that. Obviously it's going to be nice and flush, and I'm going to do other things with it. But anyway, the design of it can be anything you like. I'm not really bothered about that. I've just done a shabby job again, but yeah, I've just spent a bit more time on it, and that's going to be nowhere near the finished product. But ultimately this video is just to show you, before I solder, the soldering iron's now hot, so I'm ready to start soldering, but I thought, I'll share with you all exactly what that device consisted of. And now I'm going to put this all back together in this new longer version, because this one is slightly longer if we compare, so I can get a few more lights in. As to whether I will or not, I don't know. I haven't decided that yet, because I might just reuse this strip. But now we've got more space to play with, I might, but I need to experiment with the sensitivity of it based on my cables. So I need to recheck this and be a bit more precise in my measurements and whatnot, and hopefully I'll get, well, it was already a good result, but it's just, it'll just look a little bit more professional. Alright. So there you go. So now when I make the finished product, then I'll share that with you. But yeah, here you can see a complete breakdown of what it actually consisted of. Just a piece of wood with a trail in the middle cut out for the lights. You don't have to. You can quite happily have it protruding. I just wanted it flush or within the wood. And then same with the sensors. You can just stick that on top if you wish. But I just thought it'd be nicer to more neat, having them hidden away in there like speakers on the sides. And then the holes are just cut out, and then at the back is how I'm going to run the cables. So instead of having the thing dangling down like it was last time, right, so this is my little controller, and I've just cut this out precisely so it actually fits. Oops, don't want to burn myself there. Right, so this way around, and it fits precisely in there, nice and flush. And then from that corner is to make it flush, there's a cable that's going to go to that sensor, and then that cable is going to go to that sensor, and then I'm going to cover this all with something just to hide it all. And then the power is directly there, right above it. So the power cables I want to keep away from these cables because it causes interference. So that's the furthest away and closest to the controller, and it's balanced. So even if it does interfere, it will interfere equally on both sides. So yeah, so slightly better design, and then all of this will be covered, and then you will no longer see any wires or anything, and all you will have is a power jack that goes in there. And that I can further extend and put cut out holes for AA batteries, and then put rechargeable batteries in through the side. But I'm not going to bother with that at the minute, because that's just a whole lot of extra headache that I don't currently need. So I'm just going to make a mains powered version. I mean, it can still work off a battery pack, but you know. Right, so you get the idea. So I've just spent the last few hours just flapping about with this and just trying to work out what I'm going to do next. And I got a bit carried away with well, I don't have the right tools to do this properly. So I this piece of wood moved as I was using my router or whatever it's called, and the lines went a bit funky. But I'll fix those up and I'll sort them out, and you will never know that even happened. So it's a small mistake, but this is still raw. But you can see how I'm going to put this together. But you can see it certainly matched this one, but on this one I didn't have anything other than the holes on the sides. I didn't bother with any mounting procedure. I just put it together, taped it all up, painted it, and then I've been playing with it ever since. And because it works, I'm going to make a slightly nicer version. So in case you think that my workmanship was shabby, well, it was. I agree. It was just a quick job. But now you're going to see what my workmanship's actually like. So let me finish this and then I'll come back to you. Okay. See you soon.